That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Anne. And so now we'll move into the Q&A portion. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, and Mallory will help to moderate that. And you're welcome to ask questions about Community One Stop. You're welcome to ask questions about the MTTA and TARPA programs, and we'll do our best to answer. And I wanted to give a special shout out to the elected officials who participated in this chat. I see that Mayor Nicholson is here. I think that we've had Town Administrator Sheehan, Town Coordinator Finn. I'm sorry if I've missed others, but I just wanted to give a shout out to the great elected officials who have been participating in this program. The LG is still hoping to join us, but as you may imagine, the situation in southeastern Massachusetts. She's been visiting some warming centers and been very active with the storm and emergency response. So if she doesn't make it onto this meeting, that's what's going on. But she really wanted to be here and is really engaged and involved in this program. But what I'd love to do, maybe we can pull down the slide and open up the Q&A portion if folks have questions for Anne, and I'll ask some of my colleagues, Rafi and others, to answer the MTTA questions. But do folks have questions either about Community One Stop or about MTTA or TARPA?
I can jump in here, Quentin. I see a question, or really a comment that came into the chat, and if you have any response that might be helpful. So from James Barclay, they said that they are already having some issues about when to use Community One Stop versus the Eco One Stop that's administered through EEA. For example, they said they're interested in putting up a scenic bridge across a river to increase tourism, but also carry water and sewer lines safely. So that might be considered as something that could fit into both programs. So they said better communication and education could be helpful, but wondered if you have any resources that you would want to direct them to, or folks that they should be in touch with those kinds of questions.
Thank you. And, with the new Eco One Stop, of course, those of us on the Community One Stop, we say, hey, they copied us, but we love that because it's the same kind of thing, right? That there are so many grants that come through the Environmental Secretariat, and that there was very difficult for people to try to find the grants, number one. And because they had different times of when you could apply and in the awards, so I give them a lot of credit to align that. But as far as that comment that it looks like there may be some that there may be overlap, I guess the best thing I could say, number one, apply for both, right? Apply for it in both areas. I'm happy to talk a little bit more, maybe offline on that. I don't know if that's something that you don't want to do, but that's what I would suggest. I would suggest applying for both.
Thank you so much. Okay, next item I have here, not a question, but a recommendation from one of the folks on the call to work with Director Goby and your team at Rural Affairs. They're a great resource all year round, especially during one-stop season. So some kind words for Director Goby's team.
Thank you. And my team, by the way, Mallory Sullivan is the grants administrator. We are a team of two. So I appreciate that.
Awesome. Next, we have a question about TARPA. So we had someone ask if we could talk a little bit about the increased funding to the RPAs and the goals of that additional funding. It's great news. So Rafi, I know you're on the call. I don't know if you have anything that you want to say about the TARPA program here.
Yes, and I can also answer the question about tech assistance grant hiring staff as well. So, and apologies not to be on camera, folks. So number one, we're really thrilled to be working with all 13 of our RPAs. Critically, the legislature and governor recognize the importance of our RPAs and the work of delivering critical needs to all of our communities. And in the spirit of that, we created the TARPA program, which is a program that distributes funds to all 13 of our RPAs. They can use the funds almost exactly the same that the Municipal and Tribal Technical Assistance Program works in terms of projects that are either in pursuance of federal dollars or have received federal dollars, and the range of services that can be provided with TARPA dollars can be used for things like planning, analysis, post-award management, supporting sort of a hiring or being a consultant for various different projects. So it allows our RPAs to have effectively to increase what they are already doing. And so we're really excited that all 13 have opted into the program. And I have the distinct pleasure of getting to work with the staff and learning even more about your communities that are out there and the great work that they're doing through their services. And so, yeah, we're very excited to be working on TARPA. And I see that Mallory dropped a little bit more information about TARPA that you can find in our guidance. But to be clear about helping cover hiring, yes, our program, Municipal and Tribal Technical Assistance, can be used for that purpose. If you need to hire staff on the municipal side or hire a consultancy firm, absolutely, as long as there is a connection to federal funding, right? That's the key piece, that there's you're either pursuing federal dollars or you have received federal dollars and you got a big grant and now, oh my gosh, we need to actually hire that person to help us implement Safe Streets for All in our plan. You can apply to our program and maybe be selected. Remember, it is competitive, it is discretionary, but we definitely want to cover those types of services. And then is FFIO still awarding funds through federal matching requests? I'm gonna have my colleague Bob LaRocca answer this one.
Thanks, Rafi. So yes, we are still accepting funds through the Fed match pool. The funds have not all been accounted for yet. We do have a pretty robust process, as some of you know. We work really, really hard to get folks answers ahead of an application deadline, and so those ones really get priority. And we have a lot of requests we're sort of reviewing right now. So there's there are some constraints, but if you are pursuing a federal grant and you have a non-federal cost share need, please fill out our application or be in touch with me and Sam if you have any other questions.
Thanks, Bob. Other questions? Still got plenty of time, so if any folks have questions, feel free to raise your hand or drop them in the chat.
While you're thinking about it, wanted to flag the next two meeting dates for the Massachusetts Federal Funds Partnership. We'll meet again on March 24th from 2 to 3 p.m. And then again on April 28th from 2 to 3 p.m. And as always, what we do is we will send out an email sort of covering this material that you can share with your colleagues, answering the questions, sharing the resources. And you're welcome if you think of things or have needs or questions about Community One Stop or MTTA or TARPA, feel free to reach out to us at fedfundsinfra@mass.gov. Any other questions before we wrap? And the LG sends her regrets. I'm so sorry she wasn't able to join us. It's been quite a historic storm, and I know folks have been really challenged across the state. So I think she had to help out with the storm management. But really appreciate everybody's work, and congratulations to our MPTA winners. Thanks a lot.